annoying. Every time I feel like I'm going to be on time, something happens. So Duke just had like a total meltdown. I don't know why, but he had a total meltdown and we had to take him outside. So, anyway, hello, hello, hello. It's been a long time. We have not been live for a long time. I've missed you guys. I've really, truly missed you guys. But we're going to be ranting today. We are going to be ranting today. We are going to be ranting today because I have things to say. I have things to say. And I don't know if some of you all are going to be happy about the things I have to say. Um, what? Sorry, I just saw a new video that's like a little crazy. Um, of what? She's doing a full medical assessment on her cat. That's wild. Anyway, guys, we are talking about food stamps today. We'll get into it momentarily, but let's open up the video. Okay, yeah, so we can hear me. Audio's crisp. We're good. Let me share this in the stream, like in Discord. Monologue is starting now. Monologue starting now. Okay. So this is gonna be a mess. I'm gonna just say right now, this is gonna be a mess. I do have, I do have a script. I do have notes because I do want these monologues to be as concise as possible. Like, we are still gonna have a discussion afterwards. We will be having a discussion afterwards. What I will say to those that are tuned in right now, that if you want me to read something um, immediately, then you're gonna have to super chat me, because other than that, I'm not gonna be responding to comments or reading questions or anything of that nature. So if you really want to get my attention, a dollar makes me holla. Okay? Duke, leave it. Because I see you out the corner of my eye. Leave it. Girl. Okay, so like I said before, we're gonna get into this little monologue, but we'll be live for at least 90 minutes, at least an hour and a half. So there will be plenty of time for discussion. But there are a lot of things I have to say about this whole food stamp benefit, this food stamps situation we got going on. So let's talk about what's happening. Let's talk about what the fuck is happening. Allegedly, Trump shut the government down. So right off the bat, we're starting off with lies. Right off the bat, we're starting off with lies. We're starting off with lies that Trump and Republicans have shut the government down. Let me explain a little bit of politics 101 for you, a little bit of civil discourse 101 for you. This happens every 4 years. Every 4 years, this happens when a new president is crowned the president, crowned king, the king of this country. Every time we elect a new king in this country, this happens. The majority wins the country, they win the power to pass bills, but they don't have a supermajority. So what this means is that the minority party is then allowed to vote against things and hold things up to the point where they can cause a government shutdown. The people that are causing the government shutdown today in 2025 are Democrats. They're Democrats. This is not a partisan issue. Just 4 years ago, Republicans were doing the same exact fucking thing to Democrats when Biden was in office. So this is not just a Democrat thing. This is not just a Republican thing. The parties do this. They do this all the time, and then they blame the other party for the reason why they're shutting the government down. The fact of the matter is, the Democrats lost in 2024 in November, okay, of last year. They lost everything. They lost the House. They lost the Senate. They lost the presidency. They lost the Supreme Court. I mean, everything. They've lost everything. Not that we voted on Supreme Court, but you know what I mean. They've lost everything. And now they're throwing a temper tantrum. Now they're throwing a temper tantrum about the fact that they're not going to be able to give illegal aliens all this welfare. They're not going to be able to allow all these immigrants into the country. They're not going to be able to make it legal for healthcare reasons to chop dicks off, and to give, you know, gender affirming care to minors. Like they're upset about these things, and that's why they're holding the government in hostage right now. Now, and this is an aside, we can get into the details and the morality behind your votes. Me, personally, I would never vote for something that I didn't agree with. I would never vote for a bill that I didn't agree with. I don't give a fuck if the country has to get shut down. For me, I would never vote for a bill that I could not 100% stand behind. So, on one hand, I don't think the Democrats are wrong for not voting for the spending bill. It's a bad bill. I don't think they're wrong for voting against it, but their intentions for voting against it is 100% wrong because they're doing it for political reasons, not because they actually care about the country. So let's get that out of the way. Okay? That somehow Trump and Republicans are somehow shutting the government down. That's fucking bullshit. Okay? Let's start there. Now let's talk about what happens from the shutdown. Well, SNAP benefits, formerly known as food stamps, are being shut off November 1st. That's in like an hour and a half. Well, no, that's like in 50 minutes. They're going to be shut off. Okay. Um, so they shutting that shit off, y'all. Tomorrow, November 1st. Welcome to Thanksgiving, right? So I I am so overwhelmed by disgust and confusion. I did not know a lot of the information that I found out when I started researching this topic. But 1 out of 8 Americans, I'll do the math for you, 40 million people are on food stamps. What? 1 out of 8 people are on food stamps? That's crazy. That's crazy that there's that many people that are needing to depend on the government assistance. Number one, that's crazy. So then, I've worked in food insecurity for many, many years. Actually, I am I gonna give that tea? I'm not gonna give that tea. I'm not gonna no, because that's my past employment. I'll just say this: I have worked in the food insecurity realm, both for nonprofits, private institutions, charitable institutions. I've done this for a long time. I help with people on a weekly basis. Okay, I'll just say that. I was not aware of the data that I discovered. And we're going to talk about it tonight. Okay. Now, again, as a reminder, I'm not going to read comments yet. I'm going to get to my monologue first, and then we'll read comments. We'll have a discussion. We'll have a dialogue, right? If you have something super pressing that you just want me to know about right now, $1 will make me holla. Super chat me, and I'll read it immediately. Okay. Otherwise, sit the fuck tight and wait till I get through my little sermon. Okay. I'm going to spill some tea. So here is some user data. The first thing I found out, the very, very first thing I found out is that people that are on EBT, food stamps, SNAP benefits, they spend more money overall on groceries than non EBT households. I found that to be a bit weird. I found that to be a bit weird. But there's more. They spend so much money on bad foods, categorically bad foods. For those that don't know, I went to school for nutrition. I don't know much about the world at large, but what I do know about, I know about nutrition. Okay. So I don't claim to be an expert in many fields at all. The shit that I talk about is just shit. Okay. But one of the very few things that I do feel very comfortable talking about is nutrition. Okay. And I found that 9% of all expenditures for people on food stamps is going towards pop. What? This is compared. I'm gonna show you the. I'm gonna show you the graph too. And if you want, if join the Discord channel, because in the Discord channel I'll post all the receipts. Um, but this is compared to only 7% of non-EBT households spending their money on pop. That's crazy. Why are we subsidizing the poor to consume foods that are not good for them? I'm gonna show you the graph. I'm gonna show you the graph real quick. There's the wait a second. Wait. So that's a little bit of a little snapshot of the graph I found. This is by the USDA, by the way, right? This is the government. This is what the government says. Again, I will be posting these graphs and whatnot. Um, I'll be posting them in the Discord channel for reference. So if you want a reference, I'll be posting them there. Maybe I'll even post them in the. I should have did that. Maybe I'll post them in the description box too, so you can go and look and vet and do all that shit. But I just find it to be crazy that food stamp households spend so much more money on every category. Almost. Oh no, I lied. Almost every category, they spend more money. It's shocking. It's shocking to me. And as a self-proclaimed libertarian who tends to lean a little bit more conservative, I'm gonna say something that might bother a lot of you all. But I full-heartedly believe that the government should be a lot more stricter on what types of foods EBT recipients receive. Now I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
But Joe, you don't want the government choosing what people eat and consume?
Well, I don't. I don't. Actually, don't. However, this is a bit different because it's my belief that being on food stamps is a choice. You don't have to be on EBT forever. And the goal should not be that you're on EBT food stamps forever. So when people are so they react in such a visceral manner when I say, "Oh, well, the government shouldn't allow you to even buy pop with EBT with food stamps." What the fuck? For what? That's a luxury purchase. Pop is a luxury purchase. It's a non-essential food item, right? And I believe that SNAP is for providing nutrition. Now, last time I checked, baby, let me go to SNAP to the SNAP website. Let me go to the SNAP website because I forget what SNAP stands for, but I'm gonna tell you this is what SNAP stands for. SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Let me. I didn't make this up. There it is. I didn't make this up. It stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, aka SNAP. Now, again, them white folks at Miami University didn't teach me shit about economics. But what they did teach me about was nutrition. That's what I studied. Okay? That's what I studied. And last time I checked my books, pop is not a form of nutrition. It's not a form of nutrition. So it's weird to me that there are so many foods like pop that are available for people to consume, right? And again, we're talking about the most susceptible, the most vulnerable populations, right? We're talking about the poor, right? Why are we subsidizing bad choices for them, right? Now, again, let's go back to um, the cognitive dissonance that some libertarians might feel when they say that, oh, I might be a libertarian, I believe in liberty, but like, oh, I want the government to restrict what food options they're choosing on EBT. EBT is supposed to be temporary. You're not supposed to be on food stamps for the rest of your life. Now, there are some situations where people need to be, supported, and definitely there are some cases like that. And I just want to say, before I read any comments tonight, before I read any comments tonight, if what I'm saying doesn't apply to you and you're on food stamps, then bitch, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. The things I'm talking about today in reference to food stamps are stereotypes based on data. They're stereotypes, but if it doesn't apply to you, then don't holla. If I throw a bone into a pack of dogs, don't and the bone doesn't hit you. If it don't hit you, then don't fucking holla. Okay? So that disclaimer. That's the disclaimer for the night before I get into any comments. Okay? If the shit don't apply to you, then I'm not talking to you. Okay? Okay. So again, guys, I just feel like as someone with a nutrition background, I don't think that we should be subsidizing bad quality foods for our most vulnerable populations in America. And yes,
Oh my god. I don't want the government telling me what I can and can't eat.
well, get the fuck off food stamps then. Then get off of food stamps then. What do you mean you don't want the government telling what you? They're not telling what to eat. I mean, they can educate you on what you should and should not eat, but unless you are under their thumb, you have liberty to go out and buy whatever the fuck you want to buy with your money. But the problem is, and here's where I think people have it twisted, the money that you're spending from EBT is not your money. Because let me tell you how this works. That money actually belongs to taxpayers. That money came from taxpayers. So you can spend your money however the fuck you want to spend. But we're talking about a government program. Okay? So let's keep going. Some more data. Some more data that might make you uncomfortable. 75% of adult EBT users are either overweight or obese, according to the Wall Street Journal. I'll let that speak for what it speaks to. Again, it kind of goes to what I was just saying, that we have these bad foods being subsidized and quiet as it's kept, y'all. I don't want to get into too much conspiracy theory because you guys call me a conspiracy theorist all the time. I don't even want to open myself up to that, narrative today. But what I will say is I think it's pretty interesting that Big Pop, that the pop industry, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, all these brands, they lobby politicians to increase EBT spending. Why is that? Why is that? I'm just asking questions. Why would they lobby for more EBT spending? Why would these billion-dollar companies pay millions of dollars to lobby politicians to do this? I don't know. I'm just asking questions, but let's continue on. Big government and big business, it's a marriage made in hell, I'm telling you. Big business and big government and this crony capitalism. It's a marriage made in hell. But I'll continue. So 75% of adult EBT users are overweight and or obese. Okay. According to the Wall Street Journal. Now, I'm not going to touch upon the adults, but I hear a lot of people are concerned about children. Okay. People are worried about the children starving, apparently. But these households are also seeing children that are relatively more overweight. Let's check the receipts because I have receipts for this. I have receipts for this. That's weird. That's weird. Why is it? Why is it that that's a disproportionate amount of people in this bracket, this income bracket? And again, if this is true, why would you not want to influence these households to make better choices in terms of their diet? Again, we're talking about the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP. We're talking about the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Weird. Now, that's just some of the data I found out. We'll talk on some more data, but I want to move on to my third. I've only got 4 little brackets, and we'll get into discussion. But the third thing I want to talk about is the public reaction to the shutdown. Because this is where I decided to actually do more of my research. When I heard the shutdown was happening, I talked to a couple of my friends. I said, "Oh my God, how could they? Why did they? How can they? I need to do more volunteerism now because people are going to be starving in the streets. People like these people are so, I feel so bad for these people, right? People are going to starve, oh my God, this is my reaction, right? But then I started seeing the video reactions of people on EBT food stamps. And they're telling the girls that they're going to steal. They're telling the girls that they're going to steal from other people, from the parking lots. They're going to steal from Walmart. They're going to steal from Kroger. They're going to listen. They're going to be stealing groceries starting November 1st. When I tell you, I have seen 50. I was going to say 40. It's about 45, but I'm a round up. No, I'll round down. I have seen 40 too many videos online about people brazenly talking about how they are planning to steal from grocery stores. The entitlement is crazy, y'all. The entitlement is crazy. People are saying that I can't even get it out. I can't even get it out of my mouth because it's so fucking stupid. People are saying that they're taking away their food, that they're stealing from them. The idea that removing a subsidy, an entitlement, the idea that removing a subsidy from the government is theft, it destroys my brain, y'all. It wrecks my brain. Because the only reason you have that government subsidy is because everybody else's wages were stolen from. This is the only reason you have that subsidy is because there was already theft from the government, from our wages. They stole from one person to give to you. So to now be accused of theft from people who are benefiting from stolen goods, it wrecks my brain. It like melts my brain. That just that I saw that so many in these videos that people are being stolen from. The entitlement is so rich with these people. It's rich. And I'm talking about people that got full sets of nails on. Because, yes, we're talking about the ghetto people. We're talking about the ghetto filth, the welfare queens. We're talking about them. That's what, if you listen, we can cut the pretense here. We're talking about specific people here because I believe that there are plenty of people who need food stamps. Okay? I'll remind you of the disclaimer that I said earlier. Bitch, if the shit I'm talking about tonight doesn't apply to you, then motherfucker, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people that we know are welfare queens. I'm talking about the EBT influencers. I'm talking about the people that have created a lifestyle where they are planning to depend on the government for this subsidy in perpetuity, forever. Those are the individuals I'm talking about. So again, I don't want to read these fucking comments talking about, well, I'm not that person. I actually need the food stamps. Well, I had my leg blown off, 50 years ago. And I don't want, I'm not talking about you. Okay? So, what's going to happen? Well, first of all, no one's going to starve. I know that for a damn fact. No one's going to starve. You cannot point to one. Listen, in modern America, and I'm willing to bet. I'm not a gambler. I'm not a risk taker, but I would bet my portfolio, my brokerage account from Charles Schwab, that not one person of mental capacity has died from starvation. Not an adult, not a responsible, mentally well adult in America and modern America has died from starvation. That just does not exist. It doesn't exist. Hasn't happened. Hasn't happened. Hasn't happened. Now, people that experience abuse from other people, yes, starvation happens. Children can be starved by their parents. Adults can be starved by people if they have caretakers. That happens. That does happen. But a fully functioning, fully mentally capable person, they have never that has not happened in America, in modern day America. And it won't happen if SNAP is shut down either. That won't happen then either. That's not going to happen. So, shut that shit down. Shut that shit down. Let's talk about my last little thing about what to do moving forward, and then we'll open up the comments. We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. What to do moving forward? I don't have the answers. Right. This is a topic that I've just discovered. Really, to be honest with you, I just started researching about this, but there's a couple things we can do. I think crack down on the fraud. There are people who sell their food stamps for cash. How do I know this? There's people in my family that do it. I know it happens. I've seen it happen. I've heard it happening in my family. We got to crack down on the fraud, the people that are making up illnesses and making up shit in order to get these benefits in the first place. We got to crack down on that shit. We got to crack down on the acceptance into the program. Repeat criminals. Why are they receiving these funds? I'm talking about repeat criminals. Why are they on food stamps? Why are repeat criminals on food stamps? Right? I'm not talking about people that have had felonies because I believe in forgiveness and I believe in supporting, people that are trying to change their life. But repeat criminals who are devastating their local communities and their neighborhoods and their families, we gotta think about that, and we gotta put them on waiting lists. You may have to wait. Um, we gotta crack down on the longevity of the program. I don't think anyone should be admitted to these government programs in terms of food assistance with the intent that they're going to be on it forever. Now, dude, you better not. Get down. Get down. Because I see you out the corner of my eye. You know you're not supposed to be on that couch. Girl, he be trying to. I'm right here. I'm lifted like girl, girl, dude. I'm right here. I see you. I see you. Like, um. So yeah, we've got to be checking on people on why there seems to be a growing dependence on these benefits. I believe in having these programs exist so that they can get people in and out of them, right? Why are you on EBT for 25 years? What? That's weird. We got to crack down on the types of food that can be purchased. This is easy because it's all digital. They have fucking barcodes. Pop shouldn't be pop shouldn't be something you can buy with food stamps. Lobster shouldn't be something you can buy with food stamps. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't believe in that. If you want to buy snacks and Debbie cakes and Twinkies, bitch, pay for that shit on your own dime. I don't believe that the I don't believe that the average taxpayer should be subsidizing you buying Twinkies. I just don't believe in that. And if you really want Twinkies, just pay for it yourself. Pay for it with your money, right? You can forego getting a full set of nails in the coffin style, you know, with all bejeweled. Forego that for a month to buy some fucking Twinkies. Okay? So we gotta crack down on the types of food that can be purchased. And also, second to last note, no more illegal aliens. I know y'all saw that coming. I know y'all saw this coming. I know y'all saw this coming because before we can have a discussion about taking benefits away from Americans, I first want to have a conversation about taking away benefits from illegal aliens. We can get to the fucking Americans in a second, but let's start with the illegal aliens, okay? Because there have been reports on illegals receiving EBT. You know, there have been many reports, there's been many receipts, literally receipts being shown. There was a woman from Ohio, actually, from Ohio. There's a girl from Ohio, I think Springfield, Ohio, right near me, near Columbus. A girl from Springfield, she's a clerk at a grocery store. She's been taking pictures of the EBT balances because if you don't know, I'm gonna tell you. If you don't know, you're gonna know now. On the EBT receipt, when you pay for groceries, they show your balance. And there's a girl on social media that's been taking photos. Now, this is probably illegal. She's probably going to go to jail soon because how dare she? Why would she? How could she expose such a thing? But these illegal aliens have thousands of dollars for food. Wild. Allegedly. Wild. Wild, right? So we can have a conversation about, a spirited debate about whether we should reduce these benefits for Americans. But one thing I'm not having a discussion about is illegal aliens getting them. They shouldn't get not nan dollar, not nan dime, not nan penny, not one. Not having a discussion about that at all. Not at all. Let me show you this. Let me show you this little this graph. I'm not gonna show it to you. I'm gonna just read it off. Food stamps by ethnicity. 45% of people from Afghanistan. Food stamps. Somalia, 42%. Iraqi, 34%. Haitian, 23%. Now, I find that to be weird because I thought we were bringing their best. I thought we were bringing engineers, mathematicians, engineers, doctors, lawyers, astronauts. That's what I was under the impression. I was under the impression that this whole immigration thing is about bringing the brightest of the brightest around the world, right? Why are they all on food stamps? It's almost as if it's almost as, caught me. This is the conspiracy brain. It's almost as if a lot of immigrants are coming over here for the welfare. But that's an allegation. That's a conspiracy theory. That's an opinion. That's just a guess from a dumb cunt like me. I, um, Now there is a bill. There is a bill coming, a Republican bill coming, to Congress soon that will disallow all illegal immigrants from receiving any welfare from the U.S. Now I expect it to be passed with ease. And the reason I say that, y'all, this Republican bill that's going to bar illegal aliens from receiving any welfare from the U.S., it should get passed 100% unanimously. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Democrats have always said that illegal aliens don't receive welfare. They don't receive welfare. So the little mini rant I just gave y'all about illegals, disregard that. They don't receive welfare at all. They don't. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's never happened before. That's a conspiracy. We've made that up. That doesn't exist. So again, I'm sure, and I forget what congressman, I should have screenshotted. I forget what Republican said that, but just remember that when he brings this bill, mark it, November what? October 31st, 2025 at 11:40. Remember I said this. When he brings this bill barring illegals from receiving welfare from any U.S. Agency or government, just know it's going to pass unanimously because the Democrats are going to be like, well, what the fuck is this? They don't receive any benefits. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's what the Dems are going to say, right? So they don't receive benefits, so that bill should be passed with ease. With ease. It should be passed with ease, okay? So just know, remember I told you here. Remember I told you about this bill coming up. It's going to be breaking news. And I'm a report on it too. I'm a report on it when that bill gets passed. Because I'm sure it'll get passed. Now, the last thing I want to say, and you're going to have to put your thinking cap on, and you may have to get your handy dandy calculator out. Now, if you're a member in the channel, please post and spam your calculator. Get your calculators out. Get your calculators out, okay? Get your TI-89 out. Because this is the last point before I open up the comments, okay? If we crack down on this SNAP fiasco, if we crack down, we take it away. I'm not saying to abolish it. What I am saying is that we need to be a lot more responsible and ethical about cracking down on the exact numbers and being accountable. Do some forensic accounting on this shit, right? Cracking down on this and reducing how much we're spending, I think one thing's going to happen. And what is that one thing? Grocery prices are going to decrease. Y'all been complaining about how much grocery prices are expensive. They're this. I'm paying this much for eggs. I'm paying this much for a gallon of cow's milk. Something I found that was interesting, y'all. Something I found that was interesting. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. That's our spending on SNAP. That's our spending, right? Fucking astronomical. Just fucking ridiculous, right? And it's leveling off way above what we were doing before. But one thing I noticed in my studies, about food SNAP spending is that as spending increases, so does grocery store prices. Now I thought, okay, Cho, maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe it's a coincidence, I thought to myself, because I'm always a fair person. I'm the fairest person. I'm the fairest of them all. I look in the mirror every day and I ask, who's the fairest of them all? It's always me. I'm the fairest of them all. I thought maybe this is a coincidence, right? Coincidence. Correlation is not causation. And that's true. That's true. That's very true. However, supply and demand 101 tells you that this makes sense. This is inevitable. That the more you spend on SNAP benefits, the higher grocery prices will explode. And if you decrease spending on SNAP, grocery prices will fall. This is pretty easy to explain. I already showed you the graph earlier about how EBT households, above and beyond, they spend way more on groceries than non EBT households. This is simple psychology. If you are given money to spend, you're gonna fucking spend it. This is not fucking rocket science. It's not rocket science, right? So the more money they inject, that they inflate in the hands of individuals to spend at grocery stores, what they're doing is they're increasing the demand of the products at the grocery stores. But you know what's not increasing? Again, this is Econ 101. The supply. So the government is increasing the demand for groceries by giving everyone all this fucking money to buy groceries, but they're not helping the supply to be increased. And the supply can't keep up with the demand. So what happens? They increase the fucking price. Now, there's many reasons why grocery stores prices have increased. I believe this is one of the many reasons why. And alternatively, this can be one of the reasons why we decrease grocery store prices. By reevaluating how much we're actually giving away, by reevaluating how many people are accepted into the program, by reevaluating what the people are allowed to buy on these food stamps, by evaluating how long and why people are staying on food stamps for as long as they're staying on them. I think when you do all of that, you'll get more of a true number of people that are actually in need. So those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on EPT. I'm happy they're getting shut down tomorrow. To be quite frank with you, to be quite frank, I'm just being honest. I'm happy about it because I think this is an opportunity to really do some forensic accounting on what we're actually paying for. What are we actually paying for, and is this something that we need to be paying for? Remember, I'm a big fan of Doge. This is a Doge opportunity right here, honey. We need to do some forensic accounting, right? So that's my little monologue on food stamps. Now, put a listen, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you want me to go scroll back up and read some older comments. Put a one in the chat if you want me to go up. If not, I'll just start reading where we are. Put a one in the chat if you want me to. Put a zero in the chat if you don't want me to. Want me to start fresh? Okay, two. Nah, two. Leah says nah, two. Hey Leah, how are you doing, Leah? Hey sister. Hey sister. Hey Leah, how are you? Okay, fair enough. Hey, awesome sauce. Hey, green tea. Processed foods have lobbyists. They do. Yeah, you must have missed that part of the sermon. Yeah, I mentioned that green tea. I don't want to get too much into the paint about the whole lobbying and the processed food giants and the pop industry. I didn't want to get too much into that because you bitches would call me a fucking conspiracy theorist. But I know it's true. In fact, a little bit of Cho lore, but I actually, when I was studying nutrition at Miami University, my goal was to become a lobbyist, an anti. So this is kind of crazy. I've been that bitch for a long time. But when I was studying nutrition, I was actively learning about how corrupt the food pyramid was back when we had a food pyramid. See, I'm old. I'm an old bitch. I remember when we had a food pyramid, not the my plate bullshit, but I remember the food pyramid. So when I was studying nutrition, I actually was interested in going to get my master's degree and to actually start a career in anti lobbying because I really saw what was happening. I saw how people were CEOs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Little Debbie fucking cake CEO, and then all of a sudden these CEOs ended up becoming board members of the USDA. What? Why are the CEOs of these companies now working for the government about our health and our food pyramid? So I that was my plan. That was my plan, in my education. Ended up not going through with that, but I've always known about the lobbying and how strong these industries, these corporations are, and the crony capitalism that has had our health entrenched for so long. I've known about this for a long time. So this SNAP program to come back around to this is my wheelhouse. This is my wheelhouse. This is the shit that I'd like to learn about. So I actually really loved learning about this issue because this is the shit that I'm passionate about that I like to read up on in my free time because I'm a fucking nerd. Um, hey, Autist. Leah, I had notes and everything. Girl, listen, girl, I had notes, receipts, proof, timeline, fucking everything. Yeah, I had notes and everything. What to do moving forward, public reaction. I mean, yeah, girl, I'm trying to be a professional girl. I'm trying to be a professional girl these days, Leah Bobia. I'm trying my best. Cause you know me, I can yap, I can go on and on, I can go on and on and on and on and never get my point across. But I feel like this is good for me. This is good for me. I'm a yapper. You spoke 40 damn minutes straight. I felt like I was in high school again. Well, listen, girl, my local twink, your local, I love that name. Listen, my local twink, I had to let you girls know what was going on tonight. Sorry. I had to let you girls know what was going on. Sometimes I have to give a little monologue. I have to give a little monologue about about my feelings. I don't have a therapist right now, so here you guys are. Okay. What's up, Pitman? What's going on? You can't decide if I love you or can't stand you. I can't stand my local twink already, but I love him. Um. Hey, Deem Hawk, what's going on? How is it going? The food pyramid, such a green marketing scam. Oh, girl. See, you're my age too, Green Tea. You're of my particular. So you know about that food pyramid and how, the corn industry, the soybean industry, the grain industry, that food pyramid. It's fucking scam. Fucking scam. The food pyramid like a Ponzi scheme. True. True. Joe, you gotta take a clip of that first. Bitch, I'm not talking to you. It was, listen, I will. I'll get the clips. I have an editor, y'all. I have an editor. So you're gonna start seeing some videos come out during the month of November that's edited by my new editor. I love him. He's a Filipino god. I love him so much. We get along so well. He's so cute. I love him so much. Um, but yeah, yeah, I like him. I think he's great. We work really well together, and I'm excited to see some stuff coming out. But I still, because I don't have no money, I still have to do my own timestamps. So what I do is I timestamp them for him, and then I just let him create what he wants to create out of those timestamps. Um, but yeah, but no, seriously, like I know that we love to miss the point. We love to misunderstand people on purpose. We love that. And I'm not saying throughout that monologue that there are no people that should be on food stamps. I'm not saying that. You know, there are some people who believe that we should abolish food stamps, and I don't think we should take it that far. I think that there are people who do need safety nets and safety precautions in periods of their life where circumstances happen and they need a little bit of extra support. However, the issue with the support that welfare programs give is that it creates dependency, right? I think that's the issue. And so I think that's the core issue. I'm a compassionate person. I really am. Honestly, truly, I am. I'm a compassionate person. I do a lot for my friends, my family, and my community at large. I do. I think the issue is people that are super well intended sometimes don't think about the unintended consequences. And one of those things here is that we've created dependency on something when we should be encouraging people to, yes, use this food stamp program, but then figure out a way to get out of it, right? And that part is missing. And I think we have to do better by our communities because liberty, living a life of liberty, independence, and choice is a beautiful life. It's a beautiful, listen, speaking from experience, it's a beautiful life. Try it sometime. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. Being independent is a beautiful thing. I promise you. And I want that for everyone. I want that for everyone. Um, but again, bitch, if I'm not talking about you, I'm not talking. If the shit I said doesn't apply to you, I'm not fucking talking about you. Cause I hate that. I hate that when you're making points about general topics and you're having a conversation and some cunt gets in the comments talking about, well, I'm not 500 pounds, so you can't be talking about me. But bitch, the statistic is the statistic. It's data. 75% of EBT recipients are overweight or obese. So if you're the 25%, bitch, shut the fuck up. Okay? Like, I don't like people want it to be about them all the time. It's not always about you. It's not always about you. If I'm talking about the 75%, why are you as a 25%? But that's not why are you typing up a storm? I don't that pisses me off. That just takes me that's crazy. Anyway, stop. Hey MOP, how are you? Principal Joe, how come all of my damn YouTube ads are for 50-plus-year-old women? I'm a 22-year-old twink. Isn't that hard. Listen, maybe you really are into 50-year-old women. Try it sometime, honey. I made you a video. Oh, thank you, DJ. I'll watch it. It should be a time limit, a lifetime limit. Maybe I don't know. I don't know about. I mean, I it makes me uncomfortable thinking about a lifetime limit because life ebbs and flows, right? Life does ebb and flow. There could be times, and think about most of your millionaires. Most of your millionaires are in America at least are self-made, and they experience times where they were broke down and poor, right? And I know, for example, Dave Ramsey, he's been broke twice, right? Before he really settled into him being a billionaire. Um, and so for me, I don't know if I would agree with a lifetime ban because I know life is lifing all the time. It ebbs and flows. There are seasons in life. You know, even if you live in California or Florida, I live in Ohio. We have seasons. There are seasons in life. And so I don't know if I believe in a lifetime limit, but I do believe that the government should be checking in to see like what the fuck's going on. It's been 2 years. You still on food stamps? You still ain't working? Like what is going on? You know what I mean? Like I think that like there should be questions. There should be questions, I think. And there should be check-ins. I want to bottom for Robert Irwin. Oh my god, me too. And I want to top for him. I want to do both. I don't want to live in a country that won't help someone when they're down. That said, food stamps should not be a lifestyle for healthy people. That's tea. I agree. I agree. I love I love Robert Irwin. Oh my god, don't get me started on Robert Irwin. First of all, the son of someone who was such an angel, who was such a nice person, who was a generous king, a kind person, a handsome person, and then for him to die so tragically in the element that he was just so passionate about, and to give birth to a child who is now, you know, taking, what is it called? The baton. He's taking the baton from his father to continue his legacy. And he's hot. Ugh. And he's nice. And he's kind. And he's generous, just like his father was. Oh, yeah. I'm a stan of Robert Irwin. I don't even like animals like that, but I love him. Um. Oh, thank you for the Discord link. Yeah. Discord link is pinned in the comment above if you're on mobile, below if you're on PC. Oh, I lied. Below if you're on mobile, above if you're on PC. Just take that link to the Discord channel and copy it into your web browser, like your Safari browser, and that will get you into the Discord channel. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun time. We have fun times in the Discord channel. Hello, Cho. How are you? Sorry, I'm late. I'm going to have to rewatch the live to see what I missed. Yes, you are David Petula Davila because I went on a 40-minute rant about EBT, SNAP benefits, aka food stamps. I did 40 minutes long. Um, hey, Bells, what's going on? Most of the country's obese. I can't. I'm totally not dying from laughing at my pillow right now, Cho. You too good. Oh my God, what did I say? Especially kids. The kids are struggling too. I want to bottom for Robbie Williams. Who's Robin Williams? Or Jaden Smith? Ooh, not Jaden. He looks like a boy. Not Jaden Smith. I mean, he's a handsome boy, but ugh, he looks too boyish for me. He needs to become a man. Um, Too tiny for me physically. It's not the tiny part. It's the boyish features. Hi, we cook. Have you had any trick or treaters? No, because you didn't see my sign. You didn't see my sign that I put up. Did you? Oh, you don't have an Instagram, so we're not. Or Twitter. I posted on Twitter and Instagram, but I put a sign on my front door that says no tricks or treats. No tricks or treats at this household. Y'all know I hate holidays. Fuck you. Don't come to my house. I don't want to see your costume. Fuck off. I don't care that you're a princess. Fuck off. No, I'm not giving candy to children. I'm a nutrition Nazi. Imagine me giving children candy. No, that's not happening. No. So no, we turn off all the lights. All the lights turned off. We put the sign on the door. We're walking around by candlelight because we don't want a light to be shown. We don't want a kid to get an idea that, oh my God, look at this big beautiful house. Let's go knock on their door. No, don't knock on my fucking door. I have pit bulls. Stop. Go away. No, I have no candy for you. Stop it. Nope. Um. So no trick and no treats. Um. Halloween party went to shit. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's right. You went to the Halloween party with your boyfriend and his friends. Tell me about it. What happened? Spill the tea. Did you dress up for Halloween show? I don't do the Halloween shit. No, I don't like Halloween. You guys should know this by now. I don't celebrate holidays. I really don't like holidays. The only holiday I like is New Year's and Easter. Those are the only two holidays I really celebrate. All the other holidays, fuck them. Fuck off. Robin Williams is dead, comedian. Has anyone super chatted you for daddy status yet? No. I'm nobody's daddy yet. Why not give him a protein bar or something? That's too expensive, honey. I don't have money like that. No tricks. What's his name? No super chat. No, no, not one. You're the one to give out apples. I would give out an apple. Fucking Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire. I love buff 20-year-olds. Okay. Cho, check out Dr. Eric Berg's Halloween video. He's a huge keto guy, normally very dry. Oh, I know who he is. Don't get me started. Listen, I know exactly who Dr. Berg is because he's a Scientologist. I know all his tea, honey. I know all Dr. Berg's tea. I know Dr. Berg's tea. And I know about his estranged relationship with his son too. I know all about it. Don't get me. I know all the Dr. Berg lore. I do. I do. I bought some of his products too. Hated them, by the way. Hated them actually. Well, I've tried a couple products. Some of them are good. I don't like the flavored creatine. Oh, no, no, I lied. The flavor. No, no, no. I haven't tried the flavor. I tried. No, 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 no. The flavored electrolytes. The lemonade. Hated it. Disgusting. Gave me a headache. Twice gave me a headache. Dr. Burke is the Scientologist. Allegedly. Allegedly. Because, bitch, you're not gonna come sue me. I don't know if he sued his son. I don't know I forget what happened with him and his son. But there was potential lawsuits going on between him and his son. Girl, green tea, I'll have to slide in your DMs on Discord about that tea. That's some old tea. That's like 10 years ago type of tea. Um, 5, 10 years ago type of tea. But yeah, Dr. Berg's a Scientologist, allegedly. My conspiracy theory, in my opinion. He had a falling out with his son. His son ended up exposing him, all the money he makes from his YouTube channel, and how he gives all that money to the Church of Scientology, and how he abused his son, allegedly, in my opinion. Not my opinion, his son's opinion. It was a whole shit. His son has a YouTube channel too. I, okay, DJ, in Discord, in my notes channel, can you give me a reminder to spill the tea about Dr. Berg and his son? Reminder. I need a reminder. I need a reminder. Because I can get into that all day long, all night long. Um, but I do love his videos. I do love his knowledge. He's a very knowledgeable guy, very smart guy, very 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 smart guy. Um, David Patila Davila with the first super chat of the night. Your benevolence knows no bounds. It truly, truly knows no bounds. The party was not good. 75% of people didn't show. Then we decided to try to go to a club, but it was packed and not fun. Boyfriend and friend were sad. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. First of all, I mean, not to be insulting, but did you really think that the bars weren't going to be packed on Halloween? I mean, Halloween is an adult holiday. It's not even really I mean, it's for the kids, but Halloween is a big party time for the. And I know this because I used to work in the bars. I used to work. I was a bouncer. I, I've lived so many lives, guys. But Halloween is a big day for bars and for the club scene. It's like major, major, major. So every bar's packed. Did you guys not expect it to be packed? And why didn't people show up to the party? Who hosted the party? They can't be a good host. A good host would ensure that their guests show up to the party. That's unfortunate. Maybe they're not really good friends, not as good friends as they thought they were. I never had a party like that happen to me where 75% of my guest list didn't show up. Oh, that's crazy. And they planned for that many people? That's wild. Thank you for the super chat. Listen, it wasn't my idea. They should have stayed home. They should have. They should have. I can see Dr. Berg being a narcissist like that. I could too. A lot of smart people are. You know, it is what it is. DPD is your daddy. He is. He's the most consistent daddy I have. There's no fatherlessness here. I have a daddy. And his name is David Priscilla Davila. I went to Chili's. How was Chili's? How was Chili's? Was it crowded? It's a Friday night. Um, how has Detroit's refugee resettlement landscape changed since the fall of Afghanistan, and what does it mean for local communities? Topic for you. I don't know much about that. Are you in the Discord though? Overkill. I'm gonna post it in. I'll post it in my notes. I'll post it in my notes. What are you talking about? I mean, we do know, and Leah Bobia has she's mentioned this a couple times to me about some of the issues in Michigan specifically relating to Muslim communities, kind of taking over, things politically, and it's interesting. It's really interesting. But what are your thoughts, Overkill? What are your thoughts? Because I don't know much. I'm from Toledo, Ohio, the little sister of Detroit. So I'm not sure what that looks like. I know that there are places in Michigan um, that are having some issues. I'll just say that with Muslim populations gaining a lot of influence and culturally speaking, how that mixes with the native cultures. So, is that happening also in Detroit? And Dearborn, Michigan is the big highlight people always talk about. But I need to talk to my good sis Leah and DJ. Can you put another reminder? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I feel like my moderators are like my assistants. I gotta put you on the payroll. I need more super chats. Um, Majority of people bail for whatever reason. Thank you, David. I need more super chats to pay my moderators because they're like assistants. Can you put a reminder for me to chat with Leah Bobia about the Muslims in Michigan? I know that sounds terrible, but I need a reminder. Talk to Leah about the Muslims in Michigan. Okay. Um, is he looking for a third? Do you think, DJ? Who? David? Maybe David is, honey, because David and his boyfriend been going through the gigs. They've been going through the gigs. David Priscilla Davila was my daddy with the benevolence and the lack of bounds, the lack of boundaries when it comes to his benevolence. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's gonna go towards my future um, stipends for the moderators. um, Myrtle Beach. It wasn't bad, and the food and service is great. They really upgraded the menu. I feel like there's been maybe somewhat of a renaissance of these popular American Midwestern chains. Look at Chili's, look at Red Lobster. There's a little bit of resurgence, kind of a rebirth, kind of a phoenix rising of these brands, right? Oh, hey, Leah, speak of the angel. Dearborn, Michigan has been insane. Radical Muslims are an inherent danger to Americans in America. T. Overkill says after the takeover of Taliban in Afghanistan, many Afghan refugees were evacuated and resettled in the U.S., including Michigan. Well, listen, Rap, this is an issue that we have And it's all connected. And I know that a lot of conservatives don't want to admit this, but this is a big problem that conservatives and Republicans fucking cause, right? Because Republicans are they are the fucking mascots of the industrial war complex. Now, yes, Democrats do it too. Democrats are war hawks as well. Democratic presidents go into wars as well, right? But it's Republicans that are the mascots of the industrial war complex. And what tends to happen, follow the logic here. Follow me closely. Maybe get your calculators out or get a graph out, get a pen and paper out and follow me here. But what happens is we invade, we disrupt, we destroy, we annihilate other governments from within or from without, from outside. We disrupt. What happens then? And why we disrupt? For monetary gain, always. Duh. Maybe they have resources that we need. Maybe they have influence that we want in that geopolitical area of the world. But we do all that shit. We blow bitches up because we can, because we have the artillery to do so. We blow bitches up. And then all of a sudden, innocent people are misplaced. And they got to go somewhere. They got to go somewhere, right? So bring them on over here. Bring them on over here to the U.S., right? They can't just go to neighboring countries. I mean, imagine like the seeking us. Oh my God, you're gonna piss me off. Don't get me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me just breathe first. Because this pisses me off too. These countries go through trials and tribulations, and now they have to seek asylum. How is it that you are seeking asylum hundreds of miles across the fucking ocean? Seeking asylum is when you go to neighboring countries to seek asylum. Why are people being. Well, I can tell you why. I can tell you why. But why are people being bussed and air bussed across fucking oceans to come over here? And I can tell you why, right? To siphon resources here, right? They siphon. I just got done ranting about EBT benefits and how it's looking like a lot of people that are on EBT are immigrants, illegal and legal immigrants. They're on EBT. A lot of them are on EBT. So we disrupt. So again, follow. See, I'm getting off track. Follow the fucking logic here. We go into another country. We fucking blow them up to smithereens because we want their gold or we want their oil. We want their shit. Blow those motherfuckers up, and then the displaced innocent people of those nations with these radical cultures, we import them. We're importing people into our country to displace the citizens that live here currently. Because now the welfare systems are overburdened because of the influx of imports of people. So it's an issue. It's an issue, right? Um, and then, of course, these people are being used by Democrats as votes and by Republicans as labor slaves, as slave labor. That's why this is happening, right? They don't give a fuck about Americans because Americans are not as easily controlled as illegal immigrants who they'll vote the way you want them to vote. They can barely fucking speak English, right? But they'll vote the way you want them to vote. You can control their votes, right? Easy, very, very easy. Also, you can pay them $2 an hour. Americans aren't gonna. People love to say,
But Americans don't want to do the jobs that immigrants do.
it's like, well, yeah, they don't want to get paid $2 an hour. They don't want to get paid under the table and then be abused by their employers, sexually harassed by their employers, and then threatened with ICE if they get out of line. Yeah, Americans don't stand for that because we have laws and we have ways to fight back against employers. Illegal immigrants don't. So all you dumb fucking cunts that want to be so
compassionate and have empathy.
for these illegal aliens, you don't have empathy for them because you put them through these terrible working conditions where they are exploited day in and day out. So kiss my fucking ass. Who pissed me off? How'd I get on that? Had to be Leah. Had to be Leah's ass. Had to be Leah. Actually, it was overkill. Sorry, Leah. It wasn't you this time. But you assisted. You assisted. you assisted. you assisted because it was your comment before Overkill's comment that got me on that rant. But I apologize for accusing you, Leah. It wasn't exactly you this time. Hey, Leah, missed you. Cho, I'm going to Italy with my boyfriend in December. Well, congratulations, Autists. Have fun. In the Detroit area, groups like Detroit Refugee Network and nonprofits stepped in to help with housing, employment, schooling. Well, that's I don't know. I don't believe in asylum. I don't believe in all that shit, y'all. I really don't. Asylum seekers should be seeking asylum in countries nearby, their own countries. Like, if you're in fucking Afghanistan, why are your neighboring countries not taking you in? If they don't want you, why should we have you? Do you know what I mean? It's like it was the whole thing with Gaza. Don't get me started on this shit. Don't get me started on this fucking bullshit with those fucking animals in Israel and Gaza. Animals, the both of them. But why was no one taking Gazans? Egypt didn't want them. They said, "No, bitch, we ain't taking that shit." Mm-mm. Nobody wanted the Gazans. Why is that? I'll let you guess. Um, Michigan Muslim reminder. Oh, thank you, David. I'm 5'11", 160 pounds with a tiny waist and big butt. Does that work? Oh, stop. Oh my god. You need to pay your assistant. Zaddy David provides, and you pay him. That's what I need. Yeah. Period. Um. Anything goes here. Everyone has the American dream. True. Asylum rules say you must seek refuge in the first safe country. Well, listen, no one follows those rules anymore, girl. Stop. I'm astounded that I have not been banned from this stream yet. Why would you be banned? We believe in freedom of speech here, local twink. Do you frequent places that don't support freedom of speech? Why would you support people with your presence like that? Stop doing that, twink. Don't. That's a terrible vibe. That's an ugly vibe. Don't be ugly. We're not like that here. We like freedom of speech here. Just don't spam. Now that is the rule. Don't fucking spam, cause you will be banned and quickly. Um, or they get you labor. That's true. I've been following the FBI's access to some Republican senators' phone data. It's a real test of our checks and balances. How do we investigate serious events without risking political bias? Um, as you said that, I screamed, "Bitch! It wasn't me. it wasn't you, girl. It wasn't. I apologize. I apologize. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. It wasn't you, Leah. I apologize, girl, sister. but it was kind of you. So what happened, Leah, is in volleyball can be fun to watch sometime. When I'm in South Beach, I love to watch the hot guys play volleyball. But you know how sometimes they do like the punt, they like hit it like that, they like hit it up real soft, and then their teammate spikes it down. That's what you did. And I can tell you what comment it was too. I can tell you the comment I can tell you the punt that you said. You said Dearborn, Michigan has been insane. Radical Muslims are an inherent danger to Americans in America. That was the punt. That was the. Is that a punt? That's not a punt. That's like a football term. What is the term I'm trying to talk about, guys? Volleyball. Where are the volleyball players from the chat and the community? Where are the volleyball players? A set? Is it a call when you set the ball, the volleyball? But that's what that was, Leah. That's what that was. You got me started. You revved the engine up. That's what you did. You revved the engine up. You revved it up a little bit. And then Overkill, he sent me over the edge. A serve. That's yes, a serve. That's simple. A serve. Um. Um. So your local twink, why don't you join the Discord channel so you can slide in David's DMs and talk about this in Discord? Are you a sodomite? A stone? I don't know what a sodomite is. What's a sodomite? You know, I play volleyball. Bump, set, spike. That's what. Okay, boom. Bump, set, spike. Um, Overkill. You're a woman. Yeah, you set me up, girl. Um, you're serving serves. Okay, by the way, I want to shout out Leah Bobia because, and I meant to slide in your DMs and say this to you, but it's something I can say to you publicly too. But I'm really proud of Leah Bobia for posting more on her YouTube channel. I've been watching the shorts. I've been watching. The shorts have been in my feed. The shorts have been in my feed, so I see the effort, and I need you to lean into the effort. I need you to keep posting those shorts. I noticed that you are now also using. So for those that are not creators, when you do a live stream, they now are using AI to create a short from your live stream, and you've been posting those. So I really want to just say keep doing that, and everyone go follow Leah Bia on her channel. She's been looking extra cute too lately. I mean, she's always cute, but she's been looking extra cute. Like the hair has been giving what needs to be given. Um, the hair's been hairing, like the hair's been hairing, like. And I know that's like that's so superficial of me, but I notice stuff like that. Like, I like pretty people, like yeah, I'm honest. I like pretty people. Um, yeah, but it's been good, Leah. It's been good. I'd like to see you more often on YouTube. We do love the bun. We do love the bun, and we are loyal to the bun. But I like her on vacation too. She needs a vacation, and it's been nice. It's been a nice little vacation. Well, it's because I like to suck dick, Scooter. I do suck dick, so that checks out, right? Do you sound like you eat vagina every day? It's delicious. Delicious. Delicioso. So, what other questions? Oh, I'm a 7 inches and below, honey. Not a size queen. Well, I am a size queen, but in the opposite direction. It needs to be below 7. Tuh. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No, honestly, below 7. And if it's 8, fuck. Where's that going? Where's that? What you doing with that? What are you? Where are you going with that, sir? Now, come on now. So what are everyone's plans this weekend? What's going on? We only got a couple more minutes here. I'm sorry that I spent half of the stream tonight ranting about EBT food stamps. I did not mean to like rant that long. Okay, Scooter, did you subscribe? Did you subscribe? Did you subscribe? Did you like the stream? Are you doing the things that you need to do to keep me awake? Did you join the Discord channel? Are you doing the things you need to do to make sure that I stay alive longer? Like, what is going on? Do what I gotta do to keep you here longer? I gotta suck a dick on live? What do I have to do? You're too kind. Thank you. Well, I love you, Leo. I'm in the market for a man. What kind of man? What kind of man are you in the market for? I like this conversation. What? Let's talk about it, cause you know I used to have a relationship podcast many moons ago. So I'm considering myself somewhat of an expert on relationships. I have great relationships, though I will say I've been struggling a little bit with some of my family members that don't work. I've been struggling a bit because I work really hard and I'm very busy. I work a lot. I volunteer a lot. I have a man, so that's a lot. And it always kind of perturbs me when my family just thinks I'm just like, I should just have all the time in the world to meet their demands. It's like, bitch, you don't work. Like, I know that you haven't done anything all day, but like, I just got home from work and it's been 5 minutes and my phone is already blowing up. And it's like, anyway, less about me, more about you guys. Um, a cute baseball guy. Why baseball? I wish I came out of the closet earlier so I could have experienced dating in high school. Now I'm 22, have no dating. Oh, oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. Now I am 22 and have no dating experience. I feel like a middle schooler as a grown man. I'm so sorry. Hey, Scooter Roblox. I mean, I was being a bit facetious. I can't actually go get toys. I've never used a toy before. I've never used. I've never used a sex toy before in my entire life, ever. Never have I ever. Um, but I'm not gonna go. I got. Listen. I'm sure this stream has already been demonetized. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. But anyway, back to the real conversation. You have no dating experience. Are you on dating apps? Are you in a larger city? Do you have I have questions now. I have questions. I want to talk this through with you, Twink. You seem to be a bit desperate for a relationship and I think it's great that I think it's great that you're open to finding one, but I just want to make sure that you approach it in the healthy way, right? Because not all relationships are good, and it's actually worse for your mental, physical, and spiritual health to be in a toxic relationship than to just be lonely and and sad, right? So just make sure that you have a healthy mindset going into a relationship and that you're looking for the right things. Looking for experience, I think it's going to be important, but you need to kind of evaluate what you kind of want in a partner. And I think for me, keeping at the forefront of my goal is that I want someone that I can build a life with, right? I want a partnership, someone that I can build and create with, right? And I think that as long as you keep that as the foremost goal, then you'll be good. Also, as a gay man, I want you to practice monogamy. Now, I know, don't get me started. We've talked about this before. Y'all know, and I say this a little bit facetiously, but David and David Portillo Villa, we talked about this. I'm a slut shamer. I don't believe that being promiscuous is a way of finding a long term partner successfully. That's my personal opinion. That's my opinion. Okay. That's my opinion. I think that you should practice loyalty. You should practice monogamy. You should practice communicating and working through tough issues. Those things takes practice because if you don't practice them, when you finally get into a relationship with someone that actually is going to give you a lot of value, you'll run at the slightest sneeze. You won't communicate. You'll just go find another partner, right? And I think that society has made it so easy to run away from your relationships that no one's sticking around anymore. No one's learning how to communicate. Listen, the spoiler alert, major spoiler alert, as someone that's been in a relationship for 10 years now, spoiler alert, you will always have issues in your relationship. Always. There will always be problems that you and your partner have to solve together. Now, I'm not saying the problem can't be that my partner beats me. Now, that can't be a problem that you have to stick around solving forever because I'm not advocating remaining in toxic relationships. What I am saying is that there are some common things that will happen in your relationship that you can work through, right? Um, Let me keep reading. Dating is different now. It is different. You should, though I have it. It's actually funny. Oh, toys? I don't, maybe. Damn, Cho, I'm sorry to hear that. It's rough sometimes. It's super frustrating when people, especially family, think they're entitled to monopolize your time. Yeah, I don't want to get into it. It's annoying, but I'm working through it. Um. Oh, hey, Bobby Lee. How's it going, Bobby? Being desperate for a relationship isn't a good way to connect with a partner. I want a guy who views me as inferior to him. Why do you want that? You won't be happy. I'm old, so I wouldn't have a clue. I love you, Bobby Lee. We have got to catch up this weekend. Yeah, cause the damn fucking narcissist man I've dated a woman. I'm 23 years old. Is very narcissistic. She would blame me, yell at me, and I left that bitch almost on the streets. The way he treats me. Well, yeah. You definitely should. I'm glad you left her. I'm glad you decided that that was something you didn't deserve. And hopefully, Scooter, you're able to find someone that can meet your needs and that you can provide for them as well. Good advice. That's the foundation to any lasting relationship. Yeah, you got to be able to build together. You got to be able to problem solve together because life is a problem, right? Right? Life is a problem at the end of every day. Life is a problem, and you're going to spend the rest of your life trying to solve problems. And life is easier with a partner because they can help you solve problems. So I think if that's your perspective when looking for a partner, I think you'll find what you need. You need someone that can help you solve problems in life, and you need to be solving them as a team. I want a guy who isn't really into me, that doesn't treat me great. Uh, I mean, I know you're probably being facetious, but that's not cute. Um, I love straight guys. I can't stop falling for them. Well, that's because you're immature. By the way, Twink, I know you're new here. I know you're new here, but I give honest advice and I don't sugarcoat things. I'm not mean. I'm not intending to be mean, at least, but I don't sugarcoat shit. I give advice out of love and affection and real care because I want the best for my audience. I want you guys to be successful financially. I want you to be successful romantically. I want you to be successful emotionally. I want you to be successful spiritually. I want the best for you guys. So I'm never going to tell you anything that I don't think comes from a place of love. Um, but why would you want a guy to not treat you well? What is the purpose of a guy to you? That sounds mentally restarted. That sounds really. I'm not. I'm a logic based person. The logic's not logicking. So I need you to explain the logic of why you want a guy that doesn't treat you well. Are you one of those crazy people who like to be beat up on? What do you call those people? A sycophant? What is it called? Listen, what, what do you call people like to be beat up on and mistreated? Sycophant? What is it called? Somebody in the I know you know what I know you know what I'm talking about. Masochist. Thank you, Green Tea. Are you a masochist? Because you should probably go get that checked out and get into therapy if so. That's not productive. And that's a really attractive trait for abusers. So if you want an abuser, then sure, then that's a great way to look for a guy because there's plenty of those out there. There's plenty of abusers out there, narcissists who prey on people who want to be mistreated and abused. They'll drain your bank account. They'll beat you physically. They'll take you for all your worth. They'll drain you emotionally and spiritually. There's plenty of guys out there like that. Um, so I love straight guys. I can't stop falling for them. That's literally crazy. Because straight guys don't fulfill gay guys. Maybe my dad wasn't present. Well, first off, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Shame on your father for having a child and not being present. Um, and I'm sure, I think that not having a father in your life has a cascading ripple effect on your life negatively. But what I will say, Twink, is that you are 22 years old and you're an adult and you now have autonomy to choose differently. You have a choice in the way that you perceive things, the way that you react to things. And now is the time that you can choose. You didn't choose to have an absent father in your life, but you can choose to be a better man in society today. You can choose that. So, I want you to choose men that aren't like your dad. Choose men that are present, that are affectionate, that are kind, that are generous, that are willing to pour into you emotionally, financially, physically, and be willing to pour into other men financially, emotionally, physically. You should want to pour into other people, into your partner, and you should want a partner that also pours into you. Is that making sense? Please let me know, Twink, if that's making sense. Because, we can get into all of the context behind we can get into all the context behind why you are the way you are or why you have went down the path that you've gone down. But at the end of the day, I don't want you to use it as a crutch. I want you to expand your capacity, not be limited by your past. Your past should not be limiting. It should be something that expands your capacity for the future. So I want you to work on doing that, you know. And you said something earlier about having a tiny waist and a thick ass. Listen, you won't have any problem getting a man. That's not actually your problem. Your problem won't be getting a man in the gay community. Your problem will be keeping a man that supports you, that builds you up, that helps you to keep that slim waist and thick ass. Um, and again, I want you to focus on the things that will actually bring you wealth long term. Um, Dude, you're attracted to unavailable people physically and emotionally. Deal with it now while you're young. Yeah. Yeah, that seems like a healthy relationship. It won't feel normal at first to be with a healthy man, but that's a good thing. Sometimes it's necessary to be alone and heal. Sometimes, yeah. How do I work on it, do you think? Well, it takes practice. You can practice by the words you speak and the words that you type. Prime example, some of the things you've said tonight about yourself, I don't think it's good practice, right? So when you say that I want a guy who isn't really into me and doesn't treat me great, I want you to start saying as a form of practice that I want a guy who's really into me and that treats me great. You see what I did there? Like that's good practice. I want you to really focus on that. And we can get into
Manifesting.
or praying or the kind of the more spiritual side of things, but that has some value to it. I think that when you pray or manifest or you speak things into existence, I think that does have some effect on how your brain works and your motivation builds and how your actions can sometimes follow in those footsteps, right? Because it's not about praying to the stars or the gods or the heavens and then magically something falls into your lap. That's not what happens. It's about using your words of affirmation and those words of what you want in life and then following that up with action. But if you are speaking into existence that you love straight guys and that you always fall for them or like you want someone to be mean to you, then if that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get that, right? And so I think one of many things you can do is to just practice speaking more kindly about yourself and speaking more about the things that you want that are actually going to be good for you. Does that make sense? I feel so much sadness in me. It feels like it is so deep rooted. It probably is deep rooted. Cho, you missing my comments? Oh, maybe I am. I don't have all chat on. Let me put all chat on. I'm sorry, Scooter. I'm sorry. I was missing some comments from you. I didn't have um I didn't have my all chat on. I'll read your last comment. I feel bad for Twink. Listen, I've dated guys and girls. One thing I can tell you is always learn someone before you get crazy with them. Yeah, that's true. Sorry about that, Scooter. I apologize. I didn't mean to skip your comments. As always, it's been a blast. Gotta drive home. Have a good night, Bobby Lee. Drive safe. There probably is work on your self esteem and feeling worthy. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, there's probably a part of you, Twink, that you don't believe you deserve a good man. You've probably never had a good man in your life, you know, because your father wasn't there, right? Um, Wait, no Shinko. Let me interrupt this very serious conversation to talk some shit about No Shinko. Not sponsored, of course, yet. But this is my favorite little hand sanitizer spray because it's skinny. First of all, it's skinny. It's a high vibe. It's definitely a vibe. Look at that. It comes in pastel colors. It's Japanese. We love the Japanese, right? They come in all different types of scents, and I love them so much. So look them up. No Shinko. It's so good. I love it so much. They smell great. They're just very vibey. It's like very like an aesthetic. Do you know what I mean? Like it's an aesthetic. Like when you put this in your bag. Oh my god, let me go look. Let me get my bag. I'll show you my bag. Give me a second. I'm sorry, Twink. I got distracted. I'll be right back. But okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Um, so the reason I love this Noshinko like hand sanitizer is because it looks so good in the bag. It just looks good in the bag. Like imagine pulling this out and look at the color contrast. I don't know. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. I love it so much. So I like the colors. The colors are nice. It smells great, and they're refillable. Now y'all know I don't give a fuck about the environment, but if you care about the environment, they're refillable. So that's nice. It's a bonus. It's a bonus. Okay. I for sure have daddy issues. That makes sense. Yeah, yeah. So I think so you have to just kind of unpack that and remember. I think what I like to remind myself of, Twink, is that 95% of life is your choice and your doing. And like I said earlier, you didn't make the choice to be born without a father. Your father made that choice. But you can choose how you react to that, right? You can choose how you react to that. And I want you to start making better choices when it comes to how you talk about yourself, how you talk about manifesting or praying for the man that you want, and about it's not just about men, but about life in general. Because this, like Green Tea says, is more of a deep seated issue that has everything to do with you and less to do about other people. So, you know, think about your relationships, think about your friendships, think about your familial relationships. Think about, are you eating well? Are you sleeping well? Are you working out? Are you achieving goals? Are you setting goals? Are you making money? You know, like start setting goals for yourself, because when you set achievable goals and you set out to accomplish them, your self-esteem rises, right? And that self-esteem gives you the motivation. It rolls into further motivation to try to achieve greater goals. So I guess what I'm trying to say, Twink, is get to fucking work. Get to fucking work. Baby boy, get to work. It will be okay, Twinks. It's gonna be okay. Oh, hey, Catherine. How's it going? Hi, Cho, 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 Cho. I take Adderall, nicotine, Xanax, caffeine every day and don't sleep well or take care of myself. Well, you're choosing to do that. And again, okay, so the power of choice, it's so radical. It's such a radical concept, choice, because you're choosing these things. The fact that you're choosing this in and of itself means that you can choose otherwise. That's radical accountability. That's radical accountability, and it can transform your life for the better. It really can. So, your local twink, I would love to connect with you on social media. I would love to like talk to you further. Join the Discord channel, especially join the community. We're a great community. As you can see, we talk a lot of shit, We talk shit, but we can be serious too. We can have these like really uplifting conversations. Because really, I don't give a fuck about all that political shit. I talk about it because it gets me views. But really, I'm about building people up. And I'm so happy that you stopped by tonight. Because I feel like hopefully this was of value to you. Hopefully, I'm hoping that it was of value to you. But I would love to connect with you on Discord or Instagram. All my shit is in the description box. I mean, my Instagram is that show. All that shit's go to the link in the description box. I'm everywhere. That show's my name. That underscore show. That show. Go find me. Um, but yeah, we talk a lot of shit, and I might call you a dumb cunt for some dumb shit that you say, and you might call me a dumb cunt. I don't know. But then we actually do care about each other. We're a free speech platform, so we believe in sharing ideas, and we share some crazy ideas. We do, we do, we do, we do, we do, we do, we do. But at the end of the day, I believe that's good. We need more conversations, not less. So I welcome you, and I hope you stick around. Okay. Anyway, Cho, I have a topic in question. Do you like Fortnite? No, I don't like Fortnite. Um, Twink, you do have awareness of your issues, and that's the hardest part. Now that's some fucking tea right there. That's true. That is definitely true. Um, because there's a lot of dumb fucking cunts who don't know they have issues, walking around setting up landmines everywhere they fucking go. Can't stand them. Yeah, that scooter person was talking about toys. We do talk crazy. I've never used a sex toy before. I just don't know. I don't know. I've just never done the whole sex toy thing. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Have you guys? Have you guys used them? I don't know. And like the guys that I've been with, they haven't used them on me. Oh my god, mom, please. Oh my god, stop. Okay, stop. Stop. Mom, stop watching. We're going to end the stream soon, mom. Just stop watching. We'll talk tomorrow. Um seriously, mom, stop listening. I don't want you to hear this. Guys, my mom watches my streams. So so I mean I have to actually um my dad watches my I don't think my dad watches my live streams, but he watches my shorts, thank God. But no, mom, really, stop watching. I don't want you to hear all this sexual stuff about me. Um so anyway, no guy's ever done any stuff like that with me before. So I don't know. Have you guys used them before? I know Scooter has. Talk soon, Leah. Your friend Bella has. Did she like them? She loves them. Yay, toys. Not the crazy ones, but there are some nice small things that can be fun. Really. Girl, not you got the pocket lipstick. Not the lipstick. Not the lipstick. You have twink and you like them and you enjoy them. I don't know. I've never done it before. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. But what do you do? You put them in the dishwasher? What? How do you clean them? Oh, oh my God! Stop! I can't. I can't. I cannot. I can't. Oh, it is fun. Okay, girl. Okay, boy. Okay, twink. Okay. Hmm. Oh, that's Bells. Bells is a viewer here. We love Bells. We love Bella. Shout out to Bella. Hey Bella. Bella, Bella, Bella. What are we going to talk about tomorrow? Amazon can hook it up. They have a wide selection. Okay. Aw, well, thank you, Bella, for shouting me out and sharing the wealth. By the way, guys, I really appreciate when you guys do this because as a struggling YouTuber who wants to do this full time, that like I often get demonetized where I can't make money off these live streams. The only way I can make money is by people sharing my shorts and my videos. So I love when people expose me to more people. So I really, really appreciate that. Like sharing me with your friends, sharing funny clips, and hopefully with my new editor, I'm gonna have more shorts coming out on a more consistent basis, and they're gonna be actually high quality to view and share. But hopefully you guys will share my shorts and like really comment and engage with the content because that's the only way I can continue doing this long term. And so we're gonna go actually because I'm supposed to end my streams after 90 minutes, but I stayed longer because we were having so much fun talking and I really appreciate it. I love having this serious conversations too, y'all. Like you guys really can ask me anything and I can talk about whatever you guys want me talking about. Oh my god, not Madison, not Maddie was lurking the entire time. Girl, you didn't even say hello. Oh, maybe you did say hello earlier when I went live. I didn't read the chat at the beginning. Um, my homework is to go to a classy toy store and just look. The classy places have great employees that are helpful. Oh my god, could you imagine going to a toy store? Oh my god. Oh my god, I'd be so embarrassed. Oh my god, I had to go in a ski mask. Oh my god, imagine me in a toy store. Oh my god, that could be kind of fun though. I don't know. Well, thank you, Maddie, for the support. I really appreciate you. I love you so much. But okay, guys, we are going to end the stream. I'll be live again tomorrow night at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern time zone, and I'll also be live on Sunday, same time, 11 p.m. Everyone join the Discord channel. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. That's where the ratchet triple X girls live on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Um, the employees love helping newbies. If you're wondering about the toys, it takes practice and stuff. You have to be careful if you don't use the right stuff before. I would watch a practice video. Now I gotta go on Pornhub to watch how to use a toy. I want you safe, not hurt yourself, girl. Okay, y'all. Girl. Now I gotta go watch Pornhub to learn how to. Child. I gotta watch tutorials. I gotta go watch tutorials on XTube. Green Tea says, "Bitch, don't start with the crazy shit that takes a video to use." That's good advice. Maybe that's good advice. Maybe that's good advice. That's funny. Well, okay, guys, I gotta really go. Love you guys so much. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. Bye.